100 insane facts. Otters hold hands when sleeping so they don't drift away from each other. Months that begin on a Sunday will always have a Friday the 13th. Piglets prefer classical music to heavy metal according to a study at Scotland's Edinburgh University. The dot over the letter I is called a tittle. The cardioid shape resembles a heart and is named after the Greek word for heart, cardia. Tickling yourself doesn't work because your brain predicts the tickle sensation. The founder of Pringles, Frederick Bauer, had part of his ashes buried in a Pringles can. 18 of the 25 largest pyramid structures on Earth are in Egypt. A flock of crows is known as a murder. There is no letter Q in any U.S. state name. Albert Einstein never learned how to drive. The Lego Group is the world's most powerful brand according to Brand Finance's 2022 report. On Venus, a day is longer than a year. Don't forget to subscribe Falcon TV for more videos. The largest known prime number has 24,862,048 digits. Cats have fewer toes on their back paws, 4, than their front paws, 5. Orcas are actually a species of dolphin, not whale. The color orange is named after the fruit, not the other way around. Reno, Nevada is farther west than Los Angeles, California. In Japan, letting a sumo wrestler make your baby cry is considered good luck. The Twitter bird is named Larry after basketball player Larry Bird. Koalas sleep around 18-22 hours per day. Blueberries are one of the only natural foods that are truly blue. Mongooses were introduced to Hawaii in 1883 to control the rat population. Octopuses have 3 hearts and blue blood. The Eiffel Tower can be 15 centimeters taller during summer due to thermal expansion. It's impossible to hum while holding your nose. The first domain name ever registered was symbolics.com in 1985. When hippos are upset, their sweat turns red. A baby puffin is called a puffling. The Antarctic scale worm's blood contains antifreeze, allowing it to survive extreme cold. Jupiter does not orbit the Sun in a perfect circle. The Welwitschia mirabilis plant only has 2 leaves its entire life. Caligula made his horse a senator in ancient Rome. A group of owls is called a parliament. Volcano eruptions can project fragments faster than the speed of sound. The first item sold on eBay was a broken laser pointer. A group of rhinos is called a crash. Scotland has over 221,800 islands, more than any other country. Kindly subscribe to Falcon TV for more interesting, informative, and powerful videos. Let's continue. Giraffes only need 5 minutes of sleep every 24 hours, often in quick naps. Forrest Fenn hid a $1 million treasure chest that was found in 2020 after a 10-year search. Frank Lloyd Wright designed over 1,000 structures, about half were actually built. The only 15-letter word that can be spelled without repeating a letter is uncopyrightable. Nutmeg is toxic when consumed in amounts exceeding 2 teaspoons. A collection of hippos is called a bloat. Bangs and scrapes sound worse at night since background noise is lower. Roman Emperor Nero played and sang during the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD. A typical cumulus cloud weighs over 500,000 kilograms or 1.1 million pounds. A collection of porcupines is called a prickle. The average woman is 5 inches shorter than the average man. Most dinosaurs were herbivores, with only about 30% carnivores. The Vatican City is the smallest country in the world at just 0.17 square miles. A duel between 3 people is actually called a truel. The only continent with no active volcanoes is Australia. Dogs curl up to keep their vital organs warm and protected. The hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth was 136 degrees Fahrenheit in Libya in 1922. Griffins in medieval legend had an eagle's head and wings with a lion's body. Deaf people don't hear sign language. They see it. The brain processes visual instead of auditory input. The pupil in your eye expands up to 45% when you look at something you love. The deepest point on land is the Dead Sea shore at 1,388 feet below sea level. Napoleon was once attacked by thousands of rabbits. Vanilla flavor comes from the cured seed pods of an orchid plant. Facetious and abstemious contain all the vowels in alphabetical order. Caterpillars completely liquefy inside their cocoon during metamorphosis. Honduras has more Afro descendants than anywhere else in Latin America. Bananas are curved because they grow towards the sun. The liver can regrow itself in 3 weeks if part of it is removed. Armadillos always give birth to identical quadruplets. The designated driver term was coined by a 1983 campaign against drunk driving. Texans consume the most rattlesnake meat in the United States. The season autumn is derived from the Old French word autumn, meaning ripe or harvest. Approximately 25% of a pumpkin is edible, with most of the waste in the pumpkin's skin. Dreaming primarily occurs during REM sleep, the stage when the eyes move rapidly. In ancient Egypt, servants were smeared with honey to attract flies away from the pharaoh. The dot on the lowercase I is known as a tittle. Oranges aren't naturally occurring fruits. They're a hybrid of pomelos and tangerines. Saudi Arabia imports camels from Australia. Lemons contain more sugar than strawberries. Halloumi cheese is so squeaky when eaten because it has a high melting point. 24 new chemicals are discovered every second by chemists. Dogs' shoulder blades are not attached to the rest of their skeleton, so they can swivel freely. Meanwhile, subscribe to our channel. It will support us to make more videos like this. The heart shape is based on the seed pod of the silphium plant, which was used as birth control in ancient Rome. In zero gravity, astronauts can temporarily grow up to 3% taller as the spine straightens out. The majority of your brain is fat. Most cacti have 9-10 ribs, but they can have as many as 30. Pilots avoid flying over the Pacific Ocean at night because it has no lights and looks like a black void. Hawaii has the widest variety of climates in the world. The surface area of Russia is bigger than the surface area of Pluto. Glowfish, genetically modified glowing fish, were originally created to detect pollution. Sales of goldfish bowls have been banned in Rome due to animal cruelty. Orthorexia is an obsession with only eating healthy foods. Cinderella's glass slipper was originally made from fur in the original story, not glass. Venus is the only planet in the solar system that rotates clockwise. The Earl of Sandwich didn't invent the sandwich. He simply popularized eating food between slices of bread. In the 16th century, rich young women in Italy were considered educated if they could play the harp or lute, sing, write poetry, and speak Latin. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin had to fill out customs forms when they got back from the moon. As part of training, female spies in the KGB practiced seducing men by having relationships with their male instructors. Sea otters hold hands when they sleep to keep from drifting apart. Humpback whales compose new songs every breeding season. A study found the harder that employees laugh at their boss's jokes, the higher they are rated at performance reviews. Ancient Romans used to clean themselves with olive oil since they didn't have soap. They would scrape the oil off with a strigil. Thanks for watching. Subscribe Falcon TV for more facts.